Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I achieved this pink eyeshadow look. As you can see, I'm starting out with some concealer on my eyes. And I'm just using this as a primer to make the eyeshadow stay. As you know, it's very important so that the colors can stay vibrant and that they can shine through to their full potency. And here I am using the color of Texas Made. I'm using the shade of Texas Made from the Alyssa Edwards Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. And I'm just applying all over my crease. I'm just intensifying it as much as possible without really blending it out. I'm just kind of packing it on right now. And I'm using a Morphe crease brush. Now I'm going to go back in with the same concealer that I used to prime my eyelid. And I'm just going to do a cut crease. This is how I've been doing my cut creases lately. And I'm just applying a generous amount of concealer so that I can create that halo look. And I'm using a lip brush, you guys, to do this, just to kind of paint it on. And right there where my crease ends, I'm still going in a little bit higher just to make it more defined. As you guys know, I'm obsessed with pink, so I couldn't help myself. Had to do this look before pink went out of season, which, you know, when does pink ever go out of season, really? And here I am on the other side, just mimicking the same thing I did on the first eye. Now I'm going to go back in with a clean fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in with the Venus XL from Lime Crime palette, and I'm using the shade of Scallop, and I'm just going in over the concealer with that shade to intensify the pink look. And Ethereal is the next shade I'm going to be using. This one has a bit of a shimmer to it, so I am applying that on my inner corners just to give me that little highlight look and open up my eye. And I am bringing that in a little bit towards my lid and blending it out. So this is what it looks like so far. Now don't worry guys, we are going to go ahead and clean it up with some more concealer. We're going to end up blending it all out. So right here I'm just using like a regular brush from Morphe. You can always use a wipey to wipe away. But in this instance, I chose to use concealer, so I'm just cleaning that up with my beauty blender. Going back in with the shade of Flora and the same fluffy brush. Flora, you can find it in the Lime Crime palette that I mentioned earlier. And I'm just applying that to my outer V corner and then to my whole crease, and I'm just going to be blend away. Now I'm going in with my Sugar Baby lashes. You can find the link down below in the description box if you want to purchase them. Now you guys know there are so many lash boutiques online nowadays. So it's pretty easy to find lashes online. But I found these that I really love. And this is the second pair that I've purchased from them. And I actually really, really love them. They're super long, super extra. I believe this is the style of Hennessy or XO Hennessy. And I'm gonna go in with my Duo Lash Glue and apply them on. Now I did like how they came with a little mascara wand to kind of fluff them out after I put them on. Because they are super fluffy and super long, but they do need to be combed a little bit. As you can see, I'm just applying the glue to the lash band. And I'm just kind of molding the lash a little bit. And I'm using one of my Sephora lash applicator tools. And I am just applying that on my lid. And once it's on there, on my lash line, then I'm just gonna go ahead and work it around and get it as close to my lash line as possible. And make sure that it's all stuck to my lid. I don't want any lifted pieces at all. So I'm just gonna go ahead and fast forward this part because, as you guys know, it does take a few minutes to kind of get it on there and looking right. Now I'm gonna just go in and do the same thing to the other eye. But first I am using the little mascara wand and I am brushing them out. And then I went in with some more of that Flora shade, whatever was left over on the brush at least, and I just cleaned up a little bit on my lid because I did get a little bit of glue on my lid and it dries black, so I wanted to cover that up and remove it. Now don't forget to prime your face before you go in with your foundation, you guys, because that's really gonna set the whole thing up for a bomb look. Then I'm just going in with my wet beauty blender and I'm applying my Urban Decay All Nighter foundation all over. Now for this part, it really doesn't matter what foundation you use, as long as it's one that you know is gonna work best with your shade, and as long as it's all well blended. So what I've been doing lately, you guys, is I just been kind of like rubbing it all out on my face with the beauty blender, and once it's all rubbed out or rubbed in my face, then I go in and I just dab it to kind of give it that finished matte look. Sorry if I sound like I'm out of breath. I'm 9 months pregnant right now and I get out of breath very easily. Even though I'm just sitting down and explaining to you guys what I'm doing here, it's still considered like cardio for me right now. So I do apologize for that. But anyway, just continue to blend that in. You don't want any harsh lines or any demarcation lines where you can see where your skin starts and your foundation starts or ends. I'm going back in with the Ethereal from the Venus XL palette, and I'm going to go ahead and apply some of my inner corners and the bottom lash line. And I'm going to repeat all the same shades on the bottom as well. Now I'm going in with a clean brush just to kind of smudge it out. And I'm using FLORA. That's such a pretty pink color. I love it. Then I'm going back in with the Alyssa Edwards palette, and I'm using Texas Made, which was the original shade that you saw me using on my crease. And I'm just intensifying that on my outer V a little bit. Then I'm going to be setting my face with some Clinique face spray. This is not a setting spray. This is just more like a face mist, but I love it. I feel like it really does make my face look more put together. And then I'm using my Huda Beauty Remastered Rose Gold palette for the highlight. And I'm going in with this little highlight brush. I used the shade of Bubbly and Moon Dust. Applying that on the bridge of my nose and on my cheekbones. But you know what? That brush wasn't cutting it, so I had to go in with a clean eyeshadow brush. And I am just intensifying that times 10. Applying it on the tip of my nose. I really like to use my finger for this though, because I feel like the warmth of my finger kind of like works the product into my skin. But for the bridge, I do like to use the brush. And I've been applying it right there on my Cupid's bow to kind of just, you know, add a little shine to it. A little bit on my eyebrow bone. And I'm just kind of blending that in with that original brush I was using. I'm going to go in with some lipstick. Well, this is actually a lip liner in brown. I'm just outlining my lips here and giving myself a little bit of a shade in the Anastasia Beverly Hills matte lipstick, shade of Kiss. Yeah, I believe it's the shade of Kiss from the Anastasia Beverly Hills matte lipstick collection. And then I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia lip gloss in Saint Tropez. I mispronounce almost every single thing on here, you guys. I hope you guys know that. I'm aware of that. But whatever, I put the names on the screen and on the description box. So it's all good. You guys know what I'm talking about. Then I'm using the Doll Face shade out of the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Remastered palette and the Demure mixed together for blush. And I'm just using a Special Techniques blush brush to kind of blend that into my skin and give me some color and definition, because right now I was just kind of like a plain shiny thing. You just want to work that into your skin and blend it in completely. Now I'm going to be using Henna and Sandalwood for contour out of the same Remastered Huda Beauty palette. And just applying it on my cheekbones, a little bit on my forehead, by my hairline, a little bit by my nose bridge, just to kind of give me some definition. Now I'm using a Morphe M462 brush to kind of, I wouldn't say bake. This is more of a setting powder, and it's a refreshing powder from BECCA Cosmetics as well. You guys, when I put this on my skin, my face was feeling like it was moisturized, like almost if it adds moisture to your skin. Like it feels wet. And I was like, what is this? I really liked it, you guys, and I was trying to bake a little bit, but not like how you traditionally would. And this product is definitely what I was looking for. Here I'm just drawing in my eyebrows and I'm just using my regular Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown. Just trying to blend that in. And then I'm gonna go on to the next one and try to make them match. Right here, I'm just using the back of the brush to blend in the inner corners because I want that part to look more ombre. Sometimes I use my nail for this, but when I have this brush, I like to use the back of the brush to do. Now all the shades that I've mentioned, you guys, yes, you can use them, but if you don't have these particular palettes or products, just know that there's always a dupe for everything, and it doesn't have to be expensive makeup. Like right here, I'm just using a Maybelline gel eyeliner in black, and let me tell you, I would compare that to the Bobbi Brown one. They work just as good. And I'm using the same brush that I used on my eyebrows here. It's just an angled eyeliner brush. First, I drew out a line, and then I'm drawing it in, and then I'm just going to color that in and extend it a little bit. The same thing with the other eye. I already drew out the line. Now I'm just drawing it back in and shading in that color or that liner and extending it from the inner corner out. And I'm just kind of putting the leftovers on my bottom lash line to give me a little bit of a more intense eyeliner look in the bottom. And once again, I'm just cleaning that up with some leftover shadow. That's the shade of Ethereal. Then you want to just apply a little bit of bottom lash mascara to kind of put the whole look together and blend your lashes and apply some setting spray. And there you have it, you guys. That's the final look. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching the whole thing, and stay tuned for my other makeup tutorials.